Ladies and gentlemen, with Garden having been out for a few days now, the admins want to make some pretty substantial changes to how the system works. My name is Derailious, welcome back to Skyblock News, and let's launch right into it. So the admins dropped a pretty decently sized thread in which they state, hey everyone, we'll be making some important changes to the garden regarding the buildable height limit. They also have a few other things in this article which I feel like are pretty important. They're not live yet, the changes that is, but they will be updating when things go live. The build height limit will be reduced from 50 to 10. This is a nerf, or at least it looks like one, but they do state that the reason is because of performance issues, the databases won't load properly, yada yada. Essentially, Garden takes up a lot of resources for Skyblock, and it makes sense. It's a huge open world area for every player. You can save and load custom plots. It's a lot on the server, and it's not feasible for the long term. So because of that, the entirety of the Garden content was originally designed to not be about multi-layered farms. People were building them anyway, so they need to reduce it from 50 to 10. They're going to do this by making it so that blocks can no longer be placed above the new limit, crops above the limit will no longer grow, preset saving will ignore blocks above the limit, and pasting will clean up blocks above the limit. Basically, they're making it so you can no longer make, craft, create plots that go above that limit, which makes sense. Moving over to the next thing, we have crop growing speed. They want to make it so that your garden level actually interacts with how fast things grow. This might make it a little bit faster for the long term, and I think that's really cool. On top of this, something else I wanted to mention is because of the issues with netherwort. Essentially, they state that netherwort does not grow fast enough. They have a fix in mind. They're going to release that alongside the height limit changes. Really cool stuff. I think this is going to, feel like a good change. It's also going to help with the height limit nerf. It's going to make it not feel like a nerf, which is good. In terms of buffs, we get unlocking plots. They want to make it so you can get more compost. That's all I have to say, really. They're going to make it so you can make compost upgrades, probably through copper. That'd be really cool, really nice to see some long-term benefits to getting copper, accepting those deals. That's what I'm thinking it is. It might be coins, I don't know, but I would prefer personally if it was copper. Most of this update is through that anyway. It would make sense. Lastly, we have farming armor. They want to increase the amount of farming fortune on farming armor across the board. They say they apologize for making this change after release. They hope that we will understand why they are a necessary change. And I think it is. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that they did this after release. Obviously, it would have been better if this happened right before release so that we could see it on release and not have to deal with people, wasting time building these huge farms. But I understand what the admins are going through here. Obviously, this is not an easy thing to do, an easy thing to juggle. They have a lot going on, and this is just what needed to be done. Looking at many of the other changes, I think they're all great. More compost is awesome. Increased farming fortune on the armor is amazing. All of those changes are going to be great. The increased speed related to your garden level, also great. Really nice to see some great changes coming out from this update. Although it is sad that the limit is going to be reduced, I think after a little while people will get used to it, they'll understand why it needed to happen, and then it'll be okay. But for now, my name is Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and look to the future, fellas, because I will see you then.